The famous Russian Z-patriot Maxim Kalashnikov unexpectedly admitted the actual decay of the Russian army. In his broadcast, he spoke in detail about the chaos and internal reprisals in Putin's troops. Kalashnikov drew attention to the disappearance of the commander of the Russian armed forces, Yuri Burakov, call sign Sedoy. The battalion commander was summoned to his superiors at the end of July, after which he stopped communicating. Officially, he was declared a deserter, but there is no doubt among his fellow soldiers that the officer was removed by his own superiors. The story caused indignation, even among Z-patriots, but there were no real consequences. Kalashnikov said on air that such lawlessness is a common occurrence in the Russian armed forces. People from this 95th Regiment are simply afraid to speak openly. There are all the signs of decay, taking away salaries, fraud with humanitarian aid, operations with certain chemicals, fuel, reprisals against the unwanted. There are now very many such reports, not only from the 95th Regiment. I am afraid that Gray simply refused to follow the order to drive people to the assault in a frontal assault, and something bad was done to him. This is a systematic problem, he noted. According to Kalashnikov, dozens of appeals and video recordings from Russian armed forces soldiers from different units speak of the same thing: extortion, forced return to battle, even of the wounded, fraud with humanitarian supplies, and the elimination of those who try to resist. And this started from the first year of the war. Yuri Burakov tried not to be like that. He resisted it, and you see, he somehow disappeared, he said. The Z-patriot, in despair, called what was happening Augean stables. In fact, Kalashnikov's words confirm that Ukrainian and Western experts have been saying for a long time. The Russian army is experiencing a crisis of trust and discipline, turning into a bandit structure where war crimes, looting, and murder of their own soldiers are common practice. Recall in June, Russian soldiers near Kupiansk reportedly opened fire on their own officers. A platoon commander and 2 subordinates were gunned down by their own infantrymen before the perpetrators fled the front lines in stolen military vehicles. Sometimes Russian troops, unwilling to continue the bloodshed or face likely death, abandon positions en masse, often under fire from both Ukrainian defenders and their own military police.
Video footage has been released in Telegram channels, showing the moment of Ukrainian drone attack on a Russian cargo train, followed by fire in Zaporizhia region on Tuesday. The train transporting fuel to Russian army units was hit in the area between Urza-Yinyi and Tokmak, which resulted in the destruction of a railway connection in the Russian-occupied part of Zaporizhia region. The train caught fire after the attack that was launched by the 65th Brigade of the Ukrainian Armed Forces. Pyotr Andriashenko, former advisor to the mayor of Mariupol, confirmed the attack took place. Ukrainian troops have destroyed a railway connection in the Russian-occupied part of southeastern Zaporizhia region, Pyotr Andriushenko, former advisor to the mayor of Mariupol, revealed on Tuesday. The destruction of a cargo train carrying fuel left the railway tracks in ruins in the area between Urzyny and Tokmak. Ukrainian telegram channels reported that the 65th Brigade of the Ukrainian Armed Forces destroyed a freight train in the settlement of Molochansk near Tokmak city in Zaporizhia region. The telegram channels shared footage of the burning train allegedly carrying fuel tank cars. For those asking why the Russians transport fuel at night by train and truck, this is exactly why. To avoid such losses, Andriushenko noted. The attack dealt a significant blow to Russia's logistics and confirmed the effectiveness of Ukrainian troops in targeting key transport routes. Ukraine has scaled up attacks on Russia's strategic facilities in occupied Ukrainian territories and in Russia. Russia launched a massive missile and drone attack on Kremenchuk city in Ukraine's central Poltava region on the night leading to Tuesday. Video footage circulated in Telegram channels shows the aftermath of the destruction. Poltava regional head Volodymyr Kohut said the administrative buildings of a local energy infrastructure site were damaged. Cruise missiles and drones were deployed in the attacks on the region. According to the Ministry of Energy, large-scale fires broke out at energy infrastructure sites as a result of the attack. Rescue workers and energy specialists are working to eliminate the consequences of the Russian strikes. The attack on Kremenchuk was the largest in the city since the start of Russia's full-fledged invasion of the country in February 2022. Tuesday's strike was among the series of Russian attacks on Poltava region. Earlier on August 12, Russia struck Kremenchuk with cruise missiles, with several explosions recorded in the city. Russia also hit oil refining infrastructure in the Poltava region on June 15 and 21. The fresh attack on Poltava follows the meetings held between Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelenski, US leader Donald Trump and European leaders to end the war in Ukraine. Russia launched massive air raids across Ukraine, killing at least 10 people and injuring over 30 on Monday.